Frank, I've had the most wonderful idea. I've been thinking about it all day.
What's all this about?
Do you know how much money we have saved? Enough for you and I to live on for 6 months without you earning another dime. And with the money that we could get from the house and the car, longer than that.
The money we get from the house? What are you talking about? Where are we going to live?
Paris. You always said it was the only place in the world that was worth living. So why don't we go there?
You're serious?
Yes, what's stopping us?
So, what do you want to say? What's the first thing about that?
As the character or as the actress?
What's the difference?
I guess there shouldn't be any.
Right. That's the first thing that I'm feeling. That's exactly what I'm getting, is that for you, there's some difference between the two. So what's going on? What are you thinking about?
I'm just trying to get excited and to really persuade. Well, okay. I want to show him
let's start
there's
there,
this
right?
dream.
Okay, so let's start. First of all, persuade, convince, realize, and understand,
Don't
right?
work.
Don't work. Because they're just umbrella terms, and they're vague. They're not specific. They're very general. If I want to persuade you, really, what are you trying to make him feel or do? In fact, if you go to the fact that you know that you persuaded him, what would the result be?
Him to do what I want.
Okay, so what you really want, instead of you want to persuade him, is you want to get him to do what?
I want him to be excited and to move, follow his dreams, and go to Paris with me.
So that's it right there. Do you see how specific that is?
Yes.
You want him to go to Paris with you, right?
Yes.
So what are you listening for him to say?
Yes.
Yes what?
Yes, let's go to Paris.
Let's go to Paris. I'm totally excited. I want to follow my dream. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Okay? So how is that different between the character and the actor and the person?
I guess there shouldn't be any.
So we have the intention that you want him to follow his dreams and go to Paris, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why do you have to have it right now? What's the motivation?
I have to live. I have to feel alive. I have to have a new start.
So instead of have to, you need.
Need
You need him to. So there's a part of you that feels like life is dead. That
Yes.
it's just not right. It's not enough. So you need him to say, let's get out of here. It's almost like, I think she needs to get out.
She does.
She needs to get out of her life. She needs to get out of her home. She needs to get out. Like something, it's like finding, maybe let's make it even more specific for you, that it's something in your life. Think of something in your life that you want changed now. So intention and motivation are different things, remember.
Okay.
Okay? They're actually literally in different parts of the brain. Do you know that?
No.
So what we have to separate out is your intention is that you want him to say he wants to go to Paris, that he's willing to follow his dream and go to Paris. But why do you have to have it right now? What's the motivation?
I feel like our marriage will end.
Good. So that's what's at stake, right?
Our marriage is at stake, yes.
Your marriage is at stake. Okay, so now, without telling me any personal details, how do you relate to this? Think about that.
I can relate to that very much.
Okay, good. That's all we need.
I think every woman can at some point in her life with someone in her life.
Okay, good. Exactly. I mean, I think the thing that I focus on so much is making it more and more specific, because acting is doing. And if you're not specific, you don't know what you're doing.
You're so
and
right.
if you don't know what you're doing, then you get up there and then you act. And then it kind of comes off like you're acting.
Yes.
And that was what my first take, the first time you did it for me, I was like, I feel like you're acting. I feel like
Me
you're
too.
working on it. I feel like you're trying. Instead of just being here in this moment and trying to get him to say, oh, I want to go to Paris.
I want to go to Paris is what I want from him, and I must have this now because
Or you'll die.
the marriage will fail and I will die.
Exactly. Okay? So let's try it again.
Frank, I've had the most wonderful idea and I've been thinking about it all day.
What's all this about?
Do you know how much money we have saved? Enough for us to live on for 6 months without you earning another dime. And with the house and the car, more than that.
With the money we would get from the house? What are you talking about? Where are we going to live?
Paris. You always said it was the only place in the world that's worth living.
You're serious?
Yes. What's stopping us?
And what happened for me is that there wasn't a voice going on. There was a collapse between character and actor, which you just became the character rather than you trying to be the character.
I thought that was Fawn talking to me.
And at first, what did you feel?
That it was Fawn doing the scene from the movie.
The next step for you would be breaking down the beats of the scene.